right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. So, today I'm going to talk about a topic that I thought was pretty much common sense, and I was like, why am I going to make a video about this? Because it's just common sense. Like, what am I going to say? Everybody already knows when,
Nah, it's probably nothing.
But I was wrong. I was very wrong again. And I see that's usually what stops me making a lot of videos, because it's just like they're common sense, and then you start listening to other videos and you're like, holy shit. People not seeing it this way. It's like, oh, okay. And it's okay. I get it. Some of the stuff is just straight up like you can figure the stuff out with numbers. If you put numbers together, it's just not right. But yeah, whatever. This is my whole thing. That's the way I feel. Of course, people are gonna say I'm biased because I've been in the food business. I've not worked in the fast food business, but that's regardless. It's still the food business. I always thought it was weird that California was able to specifically target the fast food or the food industry and raise their wages, which, for those that don't know, again, that's just going to raise the prices for other industries in a sense. So let's say, like, give me an example, at another restaurant that's not a fast food restaurant, maybe they have a dishwasher that's making $17 an hour. Why would he stay there if he can say, I can go to McDonald's and make $20 an hour to flip burgers, whatever, right? The same thing, somebody, whatever, it could be an office person, maybe somebody's in office, just started, and they're making the same thing, $17 or $18 an hour. And why would they want to stay there if they're like, well, McDonald's is paying $20 an hour for me to start? So it's like, it's one of those things. You're gonna end up losing people in some industries because now they have that option to go to fast food work that is entry level. You don't need experience, and also those other businesses are gonna have to raise their prices to avoid them people going to work at the fast food businesses, which is interesting because I guess it used to be the opposite before, but now it's gonna be that way. Okay, so let's go over some videos.
Now to the fast food sticker shock in California after the minimum wage for workers out west was raised. Our chief business correspondent Rebecca Jarvis is here with the details. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning to you, Lindsay. Yeah, I am hearing from customers every day who say they are already feeling that sticker shock. Restaurants have been warning about this since September, when California voted to increase large fast food chains' minimum wage by 25% from $16 to $20 an hour. In that time, restaurants in the state have increased prices by 10% faster than all other states, according to Data Essential. The wage increase is meant to give more financial security to the more than 500,000 people who work in fast food restaurants in California and are not teenagers but adults working to support their families. The California Restaurant Association says the price hikes were entirely predictable results of the minimum wage increase. Since it took effect, job losses, reduced working hours, restaurant closures, and higher prices for California's inflation-weary customers have been ongoing, the group said. And guys, this is something all the consumers who are facing it now are now facing a choice of whether or not to trade down. Many of them, I hear, are doing just that.
Just in case you guys did not know, since the first week of the month that it started, which was, I think, April last month, this whole wage increase started. There was businesses that just closed down that month because it was just not going to be sustainable. Basically, they were going to be working and not producing a profit, because I guess everything is taken into account. You add, that's like another 25% wage increase or cost to your bottom line, and then you have on top of that customers not wanting to spend as much money, or less customers going to these businesses because the prices got to go up to support the minimum wage. You put just those two things, and there's other factors, of course, also. Yeah, a lot of businesses were like, you know what, we're going to try it out. And some of them were like, you know what, we are just not going to even try it because we know it's just not going to work. So it's already started. So let's just go over some other videos.
Ever since the California fast food industry raised their minimum wage to $20 an hour, Wendy's has changed theirs prices and raised it 8%, Chipotle 7.5%, Taco Bell 2%, Starbucks 7%. Guys, stop eating this fast food crap anyways. It's not good for you, and it's not good for the wallet. With all this stuff going up, the price at the grocery store is going to go up, gas is gonna go up. Everything's just gonna go up. Stop buying this stuff. Raise your own animals. Grow your own vegetables. Come on, you guys can't afford a $20 fast food meal. That's crazy.
So I agree. Everything is going to continue to go up. He's probably not telling you the reason why. I told you the reason why, because again, if you raise the price on certain things, it's going to compete with other industries, especially when it's entry level. So that means people could just go get those jobs without any experience or any education on that. So of course prices are going to go up. But are we really going to start just, raising our own cows? I mean, everybody has the ability to raise their own chickens and stuff like that, or the time for that matter. In a society that most people are working a large portion of their time, like this is the mentality that I'm trying to see. The thing is, common sense is just not there. I was very wrong, but let's just go. This is another video on TikTok. Yes, TikTok. That actually says what I've been saying for a long time. So let's get into that one.
Fast food menu prices across California increase after new $20 minimum wage comes into law. They're going to be raising their prices, laying off workers, and cutting hours. And when I first heard this story, I instantly thought of corporate greed. But after I did my research, I was actually wrong. So let's use McDonald's as an example. The average McDonald's franchise makes about $3.5 million a year in revenue. But the individual who owns it is making about $150,000 a year in profit. So let's say the average McDonald's has 40 workers working for $16 an hour. For the year, that is $1.2 million in labor. If you now bring it from $16 to $20 an hour, it brings labor to $1.5 million for the year, which is a $300,000 increase, which is great for the workers. But now this owner will be negative $150,000 and will not want to run the business. They don't even want to break even. They want to keep $150,000 to $160,000 of profit. So how do they do that? They have to increase the prices, lay people off, and cut hours, which is not good. And we're seeing this across many restaurants in real time. Even Subway, we used to have $5 footlongs. Now they're doing 6 inches for $6. So we're getting way less and having to spend way more. I don't like this trend that's happening across all of our industries. First, it was housing, which put the biggest burden on people. Now things that used to be $1 or $2 are now $6, $7. And there's even Big Mac meals in Connecticut that are $18. Are we really going to see in the future a $15 to $20 Happy Meal or a $15 to $20 number one?
So that's a good example. Someone actually did their research. And this is something that I've been saying the whole time. As someone that owned a restaurant, someone that worked in restaurants for many years, the margin for profit is extremely small. I don't know how many times I have to say that. The margin is extremely small. So it sounds $150 to run a business. It's good money, but is it really good money? It's a lot of, this business is tough. And fast food is, you're dealing with customers, you're dealing with your employees. It's a lot of stress, a lot of hours, a lot of work in general. This is not like the easiest business to do. I mean, as far as like pretty straightforward. You're selling food, you're selling a product, and people gotta eat. Yeah, that part is easy. But managing it, there's only a certain amount of money people are willing to spend for food, right? So that's the one thing you have against you in a sense, right? Especially fast food, which is meant to be fast and convenient, not, 5-star or 3-star Michelin. It's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be just convenient and fast. And, it's usually, it is what it is. It's convenient. That's what, if you get that, you're kind of happy. You get a little fill. And if you're able to get filled, even better, right? For a decent price. Now that's impossible. That's literally impossible. And convenience, that might also be affected also because you're going to have to lay off less people. So at your high or peak hours, you might not have as many people working as you had before because you can't afford to have the same amount of people. All these things are going to come into effect. Then you got also the high prices. And you got the people that already are talking that they're going to be going to these places a lot less. Some of them are completely stopped from going. So that was a great example. Like the owner, basically, if you add that price increase without increasing the price of the food, that owner would be losing money. So that's a nice little example that I've been saying for the last couple years, and that's why food prices go up. People are like, yeah, they're making money, but yeah, do they want to raise their prices to make the same profit or make even less profit? No, because they know there's only a certain amount of money that people are willing to spend for food. Plain and simple. You know, you raise it a little bit more, it'll start covering the ground of some of the people that are not going, but it's not going to cover everything, and it's going to end up cashing up. And yeah, your profits are going to be less for you doing the same amount of work, or sometimes even more work, because now you can't afford to have more staff. So leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. I'm just baffled how this thing was just, I don't know, people just blame the businesses without really understanding. I really like that guy that actually did his research and basically said exactly what I've been saying for the last couple years. So peace later.